How would you describe your career?
Wow, that's a big question. My career has never been a strategic, planned career. It really was a career built on strife, determination, ideas, spontaneous ideas, and stepping stones.
How did your journey begin?
Well, my journey so far, I'll give you the short of it. I've been working since I was 5 years old. I wanna love you. I've been doing commercials, movies, musicals, theatre, and I've loved it. I was discovered at 14 years old.
In my school uniform, just hanging out, not wanting to go home, taking a long time. You know, I just want to stop up in Covent Garden. Covent Garden's fun. A lady came up to me called Beth, and she gave me her card, and she said, you know, you could model. And I was quite surprised that she came to me, because I was with all my girlfriends who were really like beautiful, blonde hair and blue eyes and tall. But she came to me.
Do you remember what you were wearing?
Oh yes, I know what I was wearing when I was discovered. I was wearing my uniform. My uniform was dogtooth, light blue and dark blue kilt, light blue shirt, blue tie, blue blazer, and blue sweater with a rim of light blue around.
Had you thought about fashion before?
It wasn't what I aspired to be. I aspired to be a dancer. My mother was a dancer. I had a mother that listened to what her daughter wanted to do, even at 3 years old when everyone thought she was crazy to listen to me. You know, my mother, being a single mother, sacrificed so much for me to put me through school.
What did your mom say when you told her about the Scout?
I wasn't nervous. I didn't know how she was going to react. I just got the feeling that she was going to not go for it because of what I'd gone to school for. I've been to only theatre schools my whole entire life. So I have done my academic work, but I also did dance every day, theatre, ballet, tap, jazz, singing, elocution, acting. So that was my life.
Well, what part do you want to read for?
Snow White.
We're not doing Snow White, we're doing Cinderella.
Cinderella then.
You can be a footman if you like.
Okay.
What's your name?
Snow White.
Started modeling and didn't really know how to model, didn't have any preconceived ideas or any conceptions of what I was doing, had no idea what I was doing actually.
My first fashion show, I went on the stage and the skirt fell off, so I was like, oh my God, they thought I was going to run off.
Even working with Yves Saint Laurent when I was 17, I was under contract to him. The way you did your fitting, your hair was pulled back in a bun, and then we wore a white coat, and you wore thin tights, black tights, and you had to wear red lipstick before you could even see Mr. Saint Laurent. There was a whole education to this whole thing, a whole etiquette that doesn't exist today.
And how did you get to New York?
Next thing I knew, I was put on the Concorde and I rolled into New York and I loved it. All I knew about New York was the movie I'd watched called The Warriors, and I wanted to go to Coney Island, and I wanted to get on the graffiti train, and I wanted to do all those things. I felt so grown up to be living in New York. I was 17 years old here. I didn't know my life would turn out this way. And then Eileen Ford was my model agent, and I had to live with her. There's never going to be another Eileen Ford. I loved how she took care of her girl. She flew all the way to London to meet my mum and to promise her to give her word to take care of me.
And how do you feel today?
I've always said this, and I always will. I've made plenty of mistakes. I'm a human being. I'm a work in progress. But I can own my mistakes and what I've done and learn from it, apologize from it, and take it on board.
Do you still love what you do?
I still love what I do. And the minute that I don't feel that way, you'll no longer see me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Be in Naomi.